There's something different about mixing in 2025, especially when you got a full analog style rack like Noise Edge Prestige racks at your fingertips. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through an entire mix using Prestige racks, showing how each module adds color, clarity, punch, and depth without ever leaving the chain. From console emulation to compression, EQ, saturation, and special tools. This is more than a plugin. It's a complete mixing system built to emulate real analog workflow inside your DAW. So whether you're a beginner learning the ropes or a seasoned producer exploring modern analog style, this video will give you a step-by-step blueprint to elevate your mix using Prestige racks. Hey guys, my name is Tamer Music, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please do buy us a coffee to support the channel. And without wasting more time, let's get on it. And we are back. So this is the song that we are working on. It's a very, very good song. It's called Bad Habits. It's from our recently released album called The Branches of Divine Reflection. It's out now everywhere. So this is the song that we're working on. It's called Bad Habits. So we are going to work on this part of the song. So in mixing this song, we're actually using the golden template. So this will go well if you want to actually get the exact sound. You will need to have your golden template on. So just like last time, all we have a Pro Q4 for subtractive EQing, and we have a Pro Beam as our last EQ. We are taking it as an EQ, but it's actually a multi-band compressor. And then this is our Prestige racks, of which, as you can see guys, there's literally nothing on it. Like there's nothing. We're going to mix this step by step together so that you don't get lost. So this is how the song sounds like without anything involved.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent. And I can teach your relevance, the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes, straight yours, a bad habit. Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, these potent speakers let my thoughts linger. I went from primitive to God's status. And yeah, you know the golden avarice. Forever rise, till I wish my demise. Been contemplating about taking my life a bunch of times. Thinking my dreams all have been far-fetched. Look where we are now, I'm perplexed. Schooling these niggas with my profound raps. Enemies bitter, success a clap back.
That's how it sounds like. It's a very, very beautiful verse from Lethal Injection. This guy killed it, guys. So as you have listened to the song, guys, it actually sounds nice without even putting Prestige racks on. But you can actually boost this thing to sound more and more professional. So when you have your golden template, guys, you will instantly find your vocal sounding like this from the get-go without even actually mixing it a bit more. Because golden template, guys, is a very, very beautifully built template bundle that actually works on your vocal without even you having to mix it manually. The minute you put your vocals on that thing, it's a get-go, guys. Like it's a click and play. So you have to tweak there and there, but it actually sounds good, guys. I love it. So before we start mixing, guys, we have this thing called, I think it's called the master channel here. The first thing that you see here, when you open your Prestige racks, you will find the Opto-Compressor. And then you will find a pre-gate. The gate is actually the noise suppression that you will find on your vocals. Maybe if you have not done, the preparing vocal for the mix, if you have not done that part, this thing will help you to take care of that. By the way, guys, if you want to learn more about how to prepare the vocal for the mix, we have a lot of tutorials in this channel that you can watch so that you know what you did before we arrive on this step. So this is what you need to do. So when you play with the threshold, we're actually telling how far more you want your gate to be, involved with the vocal. So here we just want something that is subtle, something that can work with this vocal.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent. And I can teach your relevance, the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes, straight yours, a bad habit. Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked.
So right now we are just making sure that the vocal is quiet, guys. Like there's nothing. You need to do this, guys, because when it's time to boost the vocal, there are things that will come out. So actually this thing is working, it's not working around the vocal, it's actually working in between the words of the vocal. Let's open the Opto-Compressor.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent. And I can teach over lyricist, the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage.
Like truly speaking, guys, I think this thing sounds well. I'm not going to do anything here because like I think it already sounds good. This is just a preparation of the vocal. We're just compressing here. This is why preparing a vocal for a mix is actually important. It's very, very important. Trust me, without coding templates, this vocal wouldn't sound like this. So now for the first plugin that we are going to work on, we are going to open the Tamer De-Esser. We are going to work on those S's and T's. I always liked to work on a De-Esser, to mix on a De-Esser, because it gives me, a guide on how much to boost when we're actually shaping the vocal. You must always make sure that you're working on something like this, the first slope. This one actually works on a specific frequency you are actually wanting to work on. As you can see here, I always like to work on that 4K range. So let's put it on around 4000. We need to play with the threshold and the amount. So the threshold, guys, it will determine how far you want to take this thing. And then the amount, how far you want the threshold to work on your S's and T's. Hope you understand.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent. And I can teach over lyricist, the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes, break jaws, a bad habit. Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, these poem speakers let my thoughts linger.
So I just love how this thing sounds like. We boosted the threshold to around 14 dB. And then the amount to around 6.04. We're not going to do anything on the attack and release. I think it's good. I think it's on a good place from the get-go. And then the amount is at 6 and then the threshold is at 14. So guys, as you just saw, just subtle changes can make a difference in the vocal. We no longer are worried of what will come next. We actually now have a guide on how much to boost the vocal and how much to shape the tone of the vocal. We have a straightforward guide. This thing will tell us if we're actually mixing something that is above the threshold we have set for our S's and T's. When something sounds, like it needs more De-Essers, just know that you have boosted a bit more. You must come back a bit. So now that we're done boosting, we need to work on compressing the vocal. In compressing the vocal, we're going to use this SG4 channel strip compressor, this one. So working on this compressor, guys, I'm trying to make an overall compression of the vocal because we already, guys, have a compressor, an Opto-Compressor from the get-go that we used. So here we are just making an overall compression of the vocal. In mixing this, I always like to put my threshold at -15 so that I actually have something to work on.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent. And I can teach over lyricist, the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes, break jaws, a bad habit. Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, these poem speakers let my thoughts linger. I went from primitive to God status. And yeah, you know the goal and avarice. Forever rise, till I wish my demise. Been contemplating about taking my life a bunch of times. Thinking my dreams all have been far-fetched. Look where we are now. I'm perplexed. Schooling these days with my profound raps. Enemies bitter success a clap back. Man, I should sit on a wheelchair from these backstabs. Swear I almost quit from all these setbacks.
So guys, we're just taking the attack as around 0.8, which is actually slow. And then having our release as around 4 seconds. It's actually working on an overall sound of the vocal, making sure that the vocal, guys, if I was trying to compress specific frequencies, I would have used a ratio of around 8:1. But here we use something like 6:1 ratio, something that is in between 4 and 8, which is something that is working, guys. And then our threshold at 15. And then we also boosted the output at around 3 dB because the vocal was sounding a bit quieter now that we've inserted this compressor. So we needed to bring back that gain or that volume back using the output. And then guys, for our next plugin that we're going to use, the third one on these Prestige racks, we are going to use Satura, guys. So this is Satura. It's a preamp, guys. I just love how this thing sounds like. In needing this plugin, we will actually boost the harmonics of the sound, distortion-like sound that you want on a vocal.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent, and I can teach over.
As you can see from the get-go, when this thing is at around 100%, it actually gives you that distorting vibe sound. So just know that when you boost this thing, you will have that distortion sound vibe on your vocal. So now we need to dial this thing back so that you have something that is a bit more controlled.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent, and I can teach over lyricist, the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes, break jaws, a bad habit. Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, this poem speakers.
I think the tone is actually good. So this is actually like your first tone shaper. And then for our second tone shaper, we're going to use the equalizer, guys, the medley equalizer. It's an EQ. I love how this thing sounds like on the vocal, and you're gonna know why. So guys, in actually shaping the tone of this vocal, we are going to start with working on the high frequencies this time. So here from the get-go, it says that it's on 10K hertz range. We need something that is actually like 12K to above.
Hey, hello there. The name's Lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent, and I can teach over lyricist, the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes, break jaws, a bad habit.
So guys, when you push it to around 14K hertz, it actually sounds a bit normal. It's actually being boosted on the top, but it's actually normal on the 14K hertz range. I love how it sounds like. I love the boosting of the sound. Now let's work on the high mid frequencies.
Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, these poem speakers let my thoughts linger. I went from primitive to God status. And yeah, you know the goal and avarice. Forever rise till I wish my demise. Been contemplating about taking my life a bunch of times. Thinking my dreams all have been far-fetched.
We just posted around 3 dB on a 12,000 hertz range. And then we boosted this to around 0.70, which is not, something that is that drastic. And then I think it sounds good now on the top end perspective. I think the clarity of this vocal is just, sounding too good. Now we need to work on the low mid frequencies.
Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, these poem speakers let my thoughts linger. I went from primitive to God status. And yeah, you know the goal and avarice. Forever rise till I wish my demise.
And then here, there's nothing drastic that we did. We just boosted the frequency to around 1K, and then boosted this thing to around 8. And then here, we just tamed around negative, not like -1 here. This, -1, so that you have something that is a bit, tamed. So this is just shaping the low mid frequencies so that you have something that is working with the vocal.
I went from primitive to God status. And yeah, you know the goal and avarice. Forever rise till I wish my demise. Been contemplating about taking my life a bunch of times. Thinking my dreams all have been far-fetched. Look where we are now. I'm perplexed. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes, break jaws, a bad habit. Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, these poem speakers let my thoughts linger. I went from primitive to God status. And yeah, you know the goal and avarice. Forever rise.
Okay, guys, so somehow I love the frequency at 30, and then I love the attenuation at 0. And then the boosting, we boosted to around 3.60 dB. This is the low EQ gain, guys. This is the low frequencies. Boosting, actually how much you want to boost the low frequency sounds. So here we boosted the frequency of 30 Hertz. We boosted it to around 3 dB, leaving the attenuation at 0, guys. I love how it sounds like. So guys, what we just did, we actually were doing a tonal shaping. So if you look at this EQ, guys, we're actually making sure that the tone of this vocal matches the style of the song. This is a hip-hop song. You must always make sure that your mix goes with the song. So because we are using a golden template, we are going to ignore the delay and the reverb because we already have that on our golden template. So we're going to open the delay effect for lethal injection, as you can see, and open the short and long reverb for lethal injection, just because we are actually using the golden template.
Hey, hello there. The name's lethal, an introverted narcissist with mad talent. And I can teach every lyricist the word maverick. Looking humble while meanwhile the pan savage. I'm known to hurt dudes straight yours, a bad habit. Any verse that I drop now might cause panic. The second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm God handpicked. Ooh, these potent speakers let my thoughts linger. I went from primitive to God status. And yeah, you know the golden avarice. Forever rise, till I reach my demise. Been contemplating about taking my life a bunch of times. Thinking my dreams all have been far-fetched. Look where we are now, I'm perplexed. Schooling these niggas with my profound raps. Enemies bitter, success a clap back. Man, I should sit on a wheelchair from these backstabs. Swear I almost quit from all these setbacks. Now it's me and the gang talking about mad rags. That's not a flex, nah, I'm chasing a goal like I'm Percy down. Looking back, I'm counting blessings now. I swear you be different than when we pen it down. And take a breather, you're doing too much now. All this auto-tune got them thinking I'm losing my touch. Gotta address so and so about such. Somebody said I wouldn't make it, now I'm holding a grudge. Yeah. Hooked on this music, sorta like crack addicts. Making numbers with music, lyrical mathematics. Mess with me and you die quick, you gon' perish. Start T, you a legend, boy.
And that's a full breakdown from a raw track to a polished mix using Noise Ash Prestige Wax. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did it bring that analog punch you're always chasing? And if you've been sleeping on Prestige Wax, now you know what it's capable for. Hit like, subscribe, and stick around because we're just getting started this year. More tutorials, breakdowns, and pro level tips coming your way. Until next time, keep mixing with purpose.